Have you ever noticed something strange about life? Many people have big dreams. They imagine success. They picture a better future. But when the moment comes to act, they delay. They say, yo, I'll start tomorrow. If you have ever felt ambitious but lazy, this story may feel very familiar to you, and it might change the way you think about your life. Long ago, in a quiet small town surrounded by green fields and tall trees, there lived a young man named Ethan. Ethan was 25 years old. He was strong, healthy, and full of dreams. He often told his friends, "One day I will become the richest farmer in this town. My fields will shine with golden crops. People will come to me for advice, and everyone will respect my success." The people in the town admired Ethan's big dreams. But there was one problem. Ethan loved dreaming about success, but he avoided the work required to achieve it. When the sun rose and the other farmers walked to their fields, Ethan stayed in bed. When the men worked under the hot sun, Ethan sat in the shade talking about his future. When others carried water from the well, Ethan simply said, "I'll do it later." He always had big plans, but almost no action. He loved imagining success, but he disliked the effort that success demanded. One evening, Ethan's uncle came to visit him. His uncle was an old farmer known for his wisdom. He walked through Ethan's land and looked carefully at the field. The soil was rich and fertile, but nothing was growing there. The old man turned to Ethan and asked gently, "Ethan, why is your field empty? You talk about golden crops, but all I see is dry soil." Ethan laughed. Said, "Don't worry, Uncle. I'll start tomorrow. My field will become the best in the town. Just wait and see." The old man sighed. He had heard that word tomorrow many times before. So he decided to teach Ethan an important lesson. From his pocket, he took out 2 small bags. Inside each bag was a seed. He handed them to Ethan and said, "These are special seeds. The first one is the seed of ambition. If you plant it and care for it every day, it will grow into a strong tree that brings fruit, shade, and wealth." Then he held up the second seed. "This one is the seed of laziness. It grows quickly, but it spreads weeds everywhere. And soon those weeds will destroy everything in the field." Then the old man looked directly into Ethan's eyes and said, "Both seeds are now in your hands. The future of your land and your life depends on which one you take care of." Ethan looked at the 2 seeds. One represented ambition. The other represented laziness. He smiled and thought to himself, "Of course I will grow the ambition seed. I want success." But the next morning, Ethan woke up feeling tired. So he said, "I'll plant it tomorrow." Days passed. Finally, out of boredom, Ethan planted both seeds. He told himself, "Let's see what happens. I can always take care of them later." Weeks went by. Ethan forgot about the seeds. He spent his days sleeping, chatting with friends, and dreaming about success. Then one afternoon he walked back to his field, and what he saw shocked him. The laziness seed had grown rapidly. Thick weeds had spread across the entire field. They covered the soil and choked the land. And the ambition seed, it was weak, small, almost dying. It had received no water, no care, no attention. Ethan's dream was slowly disappearing right in front of him. Soon his uncle returned and saw the ruined field. The old man looked around and said quietly, "Ethan, look carefully at this land. This field is a mirror of your life. Ambition is like a small seed. It needs daily effort, discipline, and action. Without work, it dies." Then he pointed to the weeds covering the field. "But laziness grows on its own. It spreads quickly and destroys everything. You wanted greatness, Ethan, but your laziness is stealing your future." Ethan fell to his knees. He touched the weak ambition plant, and tears filled his eyes. For the first time in his life, he understood the truth. Dreams alone are not enough. Only action keeps dreams alive. That night, Ethan could not sleep. He thought about the time he had wasted, the promises he had broken, the opportunities he had lost. Finally, he whispered to himself, "If I don't change now, laziness will control my life forever." The next morning, before the sun rose, Ethan woke up. He walked straight to the field. He began pulling the weeds out with his bare hands. It was painful. His back hurt. His hands started to bleed, but he did not stop. Day after day, he returned to the field. He watered the ambition seed. He cared for it. He protected it. Slowly, the small plant grew stronger. Months passed. Years passed. And eventually, the plant became a great tree that produced fruit, shade, and wealth. But the most important change did not happen in the field. It happened inside Ethan. He was no longer the lazy dreamer who talked about success. He became known throughout the town as the man who defeated his own laziness. And the truth is, this story is not really about farming. It is about life. Inside every person, there are two seeds. One is ambition. The other is laziness. Ambition grows only when you feed it every day with effort, discipline, and action. But laziness grows by itself. And if you ignore it long enough, it will slowly destroy your dreams. So ask yourself one question today. Which seed are you watering? Start today, not tomorrow. Because the future you want depends on what you choose to grow right now. If you enjoy stories like this and want to improve your English through powerful life lessons, make sure to subscribe and continue learning with us. And share this story with someone who has big dreams, but keeps waiting for tomorrow.